you very much for staying on the program. My name is Kemini Nyamani Amano. And our first story, the AMA Task Force is embarking on an Operation Red Line policy. Now, this policy is intended to clear pavement in the central business district of Hawkers to allow safe and free vehicular and pedestrian movement. John News' Latif Idrissa visited the central business district and reports the operation, which started a week ago, has been endorsed by traders and pedestrians as well.
The AMA task force has moved on from the demolition exercise and is now embarking on a different agenda. That is Operation Red Line policy. Now, this policy by the AMA task force is to ensure free movement of pedestrians on the streets of the national capital, and the starting point is the central business district. Now, I have some of the traders here and pedestrians as well. They are going to tell us exactly how the policy is helping, even at the initial stage of the whole exercise. I have one of them here. He's going to tell us exactly how the whole project has benefited them so far. You're welcome to Join News.
Yeah, good morning.
Tell us what you make of this Operation Red Line policy by the AMA task force.
Yeah, the Red Line policy is a good policy, but the problem is the women are complaining. The red line shall come small. They should move in front small. That's number one. Number two, you see on the streets, Ghanaians, their minds too strong. Even if they sack all these people, Ghanaians will still walk on the streets. They will not walk on the pavement. So we beg the AMA. The red line is okay. It's good for us. We like it. But they should move small, at least 2 feet. 2 feet, because the women now, they are too congested, so they cannot move.
Now, as a pedestrian, you are not, one of the traders here. As a pedestrian, what would you say the exercise, are you benefiting from the exercise in any way?
Yes, I'm benefiting from the exercise, as of me. But others...
How has it benefited you?
Now we can move freely. Even when you buy goods, you can hold it and move freely on the pavement. Okay. But still, we need the police. We need the police to at least sack people from the street. Let people know that they have to walk. Because of them, the AMA made the red line so that you walk on the pavement, not on the street.
Thank you very much. Your name?
My name is Alaji Mega.
Alaji Mega is a pedestrian, and he's giving thumbs up for the whole project. Now let's speak to some traders. They are the primary focus of this whole exercise. You're welcome to Join News.
Yeah, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. You give us your name first?
My name is Kinsley Azodo.
Kinsley, the red line policy. Early days yet. Would you say it is good for you?
Oh, it's good. It's good. But the distance from the main road to the red line is the gap is too much. I thought it should be about 6 to 7 meters. But here it's more than 8 meters from the main road. Yeah.
Now, were you consulted in any way? Before this whole project came into being, the AMA, before they ruled the red line, did they sit down with the traders to...
If we talk about consulting, there's no consulting on it. They just came around like this morning, then the next day we come to market, then we see the red line. And they say we should stay behind, we should put behind the red line.
But we can see some of your colleagues, they are already trespassing.
They are the buyers. Like you, as if you're a buyer, then you have to stand there and buy.
But I think it's good. It's good.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Now let's move on to some more traders who are, as it were, giving thumbs up to the AMA for this exercise. And Mommy, you're welcome to Join News.
Thank you.
You give us your name.
Josephine.
Josephine, Operation Red Line policy by the AMA. What would you say about this whole, initiative?
It's okay for us because it gives clean way for us. Our business is going well. Everything is nice. So it's okay for us. Thank you for the government to help us so everything is clear. Now the town is very clear, everything is clear. So it's okay for us.
So what about your colleagues who are trespassing the red line? We've seen some of them who are already crossing the red line.
We advise them to take the decision of coming back so that everything is okay, everything will be order.
All right. Thank you very much. That's a trader who is also giving thumbs up to this whole exercise at the Central Business District of Accra. Now, these are early days for this whole operation, Red Line Policy, an initiative by the Accra Metropolitan Assembly Task Force. It is meant to clear the streets, make pedestrians move freely, and also the practice here is that people used to walk on the street. This exercise is meant to clear the pavement, so now pedestrians will move onto the pavement and not walk on the street. But as we can see, some of the pedestrians are still walking on the streets. One could pardon them, these are early days yet, and maybe going forward they will comply and this whole exercise would be fruitful. Now, from the Central Business District here in Accra, this is Latif Idris reporting for Joy News.
Away from the market, the Inspector General of Police is to send more men from community policing units next week to Amanfro to complete efforts of current officers there after months of incessant armed robbery attacks that have left dozens injured. Mr. Mohammed Al-Hassan has also charged the residents to collaborate effectively with the police to flush out the robbers from the community. He said this when he visited Amanfro earlier today.
We are also here to educate the community on home security and on personal security. We are sending in the community policing unit to also come and work with the various communities. As you can see, it's a new and a very developing area. Our houses are interspersed with bushes, which must be cleared. And of course, the roads are sometimes difficult to navigate. And we need to recognize all this as contributory factors. So if we are able to remove the bush here, for example, there's no hiding place for a criminal. But we have to educate the public on this. Do you understand? Yeah, so we will send in also the community policing unit, even as we do the coercive policing, to also embark upon public education on sensitization on home security and personal security. I can see it's a tent. I don't think it's air conditioned, is it? No, we don't.
My colleague Beatrice Edu, who is with the IGP on tour of this community, has joined us on the telephone. Beatrice, we understand the IGP has also promised to contribute towards the building of the police station. What can you tell us about that?
Indeed, Kamini, you remember I said earlier on News Desk that he said that he would provide about 100 cement bags to help build this structure that they are putting up for a police station. He again said that every other thing needed will be done to ensure they finish this building on time, to ensure the safety of the residents. Let me quickly add that we also understand that 5 persons have been arrested so far, and I had the Greater Accra Regional Police Commander, DCOP Yohuno, telling me that these people, for instance, 3 of them were arrested on Monday. He would not disclose the identities of these individuals, except to say that 2 of them are 19 and 20 years old.
Did the IGP say what sort of contribution he was going to make towards the building of the police post?
The first he mentioned was providing the cement bags for the construction. The second thing he said that he will meet with his men and see which other means they can, provide in putting up this building.
Now, in interacting with some of the victims, what were they telling the IGP?
Indeed, they are very happy that the IGP has been there. I can tell you that one of them was actually telling me, even ahead of his visit yesterday, there were a number of policemen in the community. He was able to sleep very well. And so the presence of the IGP and the police officers there today, I should tell you that has given them some sort of assurance that they are safe.
I see. We leave it here. Thank you very much, Beatrice. Beatrice Edu joined us from a month from where the IGP visited the area following a number of robbery cases or attacks in that area. And move on to some other stories now. The minority in Parliament has accused the NDC-led government of unfair distribution policy used in the sharing of fertilizers and cocoa seedlings to farmers. In a news conference held at Goso in the Ashanti region, the minority led by a member of the Minority Agriculture Committee, William Japan Kwetu, accused the government of politicizing the process, which, according to them, will affect the target yield for the season.
Seedlings are being produced at various district levels, and they are to be distributed to the farmers. The criteria for distribution has not been clearly defined by Ghana Cocoa Board. People who intend to farm are asked to go and register, and that will come around and inspect your farm before you get the seedlings. But of course, I'm in a district in a constituency, and I know that during the rainy season within May and June, some of the seedlings were ready and people were just going there to pick them. As to whether their farms have actually been inspected or not, nobody knows. It is still being done on party card basis, and it is not the best.
So basically, it's
going to the political matches to me. If you know somebody that you think that can go speak to a big man somewhere and go and ask, you'll be given. But this thing should have been done dispassionately, without any political, to me, any political lenience. You have to go and inspect, as was mentioned by Opuni. When Opuni came to Parliament, we interacted with them. This time, they did not even, just like the chemicals, they did not sell any cocoa pod to any farmer at all. So farmers, they don't have the opportunity of nesting their own seedlings. And so if somebody has a land and clears the land with the intention of going to get seedlings from cocoa pod and doesn't get it, it means that the whole year, the person may only do the maize and the cassava farm, and the person may not get the seedlings to grow. If you make things difficult for the farmer to actually go out on the market to get, and the person doesn't get it, it brings a lot of challenges to the farmers. Just like the chemicals, people have the cocoa farm, the person was not selected, he don't get a chemical, it is not available on the market for him to go and buy. So what happens to his farm?
Yeah, my final question would be, so if political affiliation has become a factor in this, then obviously our target of producing at a certain level may not be achieved.
No, it may not be achieved at all. It can't be achieved. That is why we are suffering. 700,000 metric tons, when we did almost 900,000 metric tons last year. The rain, the factor, the issue of the rain that they are mentioning, it's not the actual factor. The rains only dipped in November. There were serious rains in August, September. You see, one person, they ascribe reasons for the low production this year to heavy rains in September, August, September, and that there was dry season in November. The heavy rains in the August, September, if chemicals were applied rightly at that time, okay, and fertilizer was also applied rightly at that time. In November, the pods have been developed already. And so if we have very little rains, at least the pod may not grow in size.
Now let's go to the Ashanti region, where the Ashanti Region Command has managed to clear the Tinker Island of drug peddlers. The command says that its next line of action is to do same with another drug den, Colombia.
Assemblyman's issue is not connected to the police fight against narcotics in the Alaba area. Don't forget, at Alaba, there's a place called Tinker Island. That is where you see a group of drug peddlers and users assembled together. That makes it possible for dealers to reach them easily. And police have been very strong on them for the past 1 week. But I must say, yesterday, for instance, the police activities and operations were intensified. And I can report now that when you go to Tinker Island, you don't see any drug peddler there, because the police have made the point to station officers, about 8 of them. Some are armed and some are also in mufti, who also move around, combing the area to ensure that peddlers are not allowed here. I have been on this particular exercise with the police since yesterday. And at Tinker Island, what the peddlers are doing now is to move to areas like Abbey's Park. There's a toilet facility here. This is where the peddlers also moved in. So police had information and they also moved in. And I can also report that apart from the Tinker Island issue, police are also fighting the drug peddlers at Colombia. Colombia is another popular drug hub at Stofroom, and there's another one at New Swami, and then the Sokoban Woods village area. So police say they are doing all these as part of efforts to bring down drug-related crime within the Ashanti region community.
I had a conversation between myself and Insura FM's Ohim Interior, who was on that operation with the Ashanti Region Police Command. There's more to come here on Joy News today. Don't go away. The General Secretary of the United Front Party, Listowel Nanakusi Poku, has withdrawn the case against the Ghana Medical Association. The Accra Fast-Track High Court, presided over by Justice Barbara Tetechawe, said the case has been overtaken by events, hence the relief sought by the plaintiff did not need the courts. Listowel Nanakusi Poku drags the GMA to court, hoping the court would order the striking doctors to go back to work and declare their strike illegal. In a 10-minute sitting at the Land Court 4 this morning, Justice Barbara Tetechawe threw out the case when lawyer for the plaintiff, Oliver Achu Abada, said they no longer had interest in pursuing the case. The GMA was represented by lawyer Gary Nimako Mafo and Dr. Justice Youngson, Deputy General Secretary of the GMA. Now, the General Secretary of the United Front Party, Listowel Nanakusi Poku, has been speaking with Joy News.
First of all, our release was that the doctors must go back to consulting rules and just call off the strike. And that has been met. And beyond that, even though we wanted to contest the illegality of the strike, we felt it was not important because, one, no matter what, everyone has read the law and it's unambiguous that everyone will know that what they did was not legal. And so we decided that we don't worry them while they are at work, so that they'll be going up and down with this whole battle of the court case. That's how come we have withdrawn the case. And with respect to what they were trying to cost against us, I mean, the wise judge in her seat has decided that it was a public interest matter and that it wasn't any relevant for them to even call for the cost against us. That is myself. And so, for me, I'm very much happy that they have gone back to their consulting rooms, and I'm very much happy that the judge has wisdom giving us that ruling, and it's appreciable.
The GMA also praised the court to award cost of 50,000 cedis for the association. Justice Youngson has been explaining why.
The court says basically that the plaintiffs themselves have withdrawn their case, and for which reason there is no pending suit before the court as we speak. So the court has just taken notice of the application brought by the plaintiffs and has duly given them their wish, i.e. the case has been withdrawn. So the GMA, as we speak, has no case pending before them, pending against them.
You also asked the court to award your cost of 50,000 Ghana cedis. Why?
I mean, in litigation, you incur expenses. The defendant, with the Ghana Medical Association, had to hire lawyers. They also had to file processes in courts. We all know that court fees for filing all kinds of documents have been raised to astronomical levels, to the point where virtually all lawyers and the Ghana Bar Association are actually against that. So clearly, the defendant has incurred some costs. And if you hold a defendant to court only to withdraw your case, the rules of courts gives a position that the courts ought to consider granting of course against the said plaintiff.
While in business, the Food and Drugs Authority is engaging players in the pharmaceutical industry to build their capacity in the validation of their products. This, according to the FDA, should ultimately reduce the cost of locally manufactured products. The Chief Executive of the authority, Hudu Mokhtari, spoke to Joy Business at a training program on Tuesday.
It is an event in the process of building the capacity of our local manufacturing industry, that is for pharmaceuticals. And we believe that if we build the capacity of our local manufacturing industry, we would not have issues where they will produce products that are substandard and that may be harmful to our society. So we think it is very important, it is very significant that we are having this program. There's some knowledge gap, in terms of some of the processes that are used in manufacturing. Probably there are current measures that some part of the industry is not aware of. So we are bringing all this knowledge to them so that they can update their knowledge and fill the gaps that may be a cause of some of the issues we see on the market.
Well, the Food and Drugs Authority says it did not approve the export of vegetable palm oil containing harmful substances to the United Kingdom. Authorities in the UK about 2 weeks ago said the product exported from Ghana contained the cancer-causing agent Sudan Di-4. The Ghanaian company insists it has documents to prove the products were duly sanctioned for exports, but the FDA has refuted this.
Officers from Barnet Council seized 70 bottles of Ghanaian palm cooking oil during a raid on a shop in Watling Avenue, Bent Oak, earlier this month. The bottles were found to contain high levels of the red dye Sudan 4, commonly used in waxes, polishes and petrol. The business owner could not provide any paperwork about the oil's origins, and the labels lacked legally required information. The oil was, however, traced to Ghana's Miva Lifeline Limited, producers of Fortiver palm oil. Laboratory tests confirmed that the oil contained high levels of Sudan 4, and the authority was granted permission to destroy it on May 15. Chief Executive of the Food and Drugs Authority intimated the said palm oil is not registered by the FDA and has subsequently quarantined the warehouse that produces such oil in Ghana.
We found out that that product that went out was not registered by the Food and Drugs Authority. Now, what it meant was that the Food and Drugs Authority hadn't actually critically analyzed what they sent out. Now, after finding out that there was this problem, we have actually gone to all the facilities that manufacture palm oil. I mean, we've not reached all of them yet. We are still in the process of doing that. We are going to all those places, taking samples of the palm oil that is produced, and we are testing for the Sudan dye, which is the adulterant or additive that is cancerous and should not be in the food. So we are doing that. But all the ones that we have seen, we've gone to the warehouse of the company that was exporting. We've quarantined the products that are already made, which would be safely disposed of. And then we are extending our education to especially those who even produce for the local market.
Private business operators are impressing on the Bank of Ghana to increase the amount of dollars it periodically releases onto the Forex market while addressing the issue of repatriation of dollars from the country. This, according to them, should effectively end the fall in the value of the cedi, which could only result in higher prices of goods and services in the coming months.
You see, you have to do something that will affect the system. So, almost from August to October, the demand of the dollar is very high because of imports for Christmas. So around this time, everybody is thinking of importing because anything you want to import for Christmas should come in by October latest. So that November it gets to the other wholesalers, December the retailers will get it, and you are able to get your goods out and get your money. So around this time, there's big demand for foreign money. So if we want to stabilize it, they should find a way to inject more money. Other than that, what we are doing, it won't help in any way. The Bank of Ghana should have the backing to support importers to say that if you are transferring money through the means, we can get $2. You go, you don't get the dollars. If you are not getting the dollars, you have to fall on the outside market, the banking system to buy, and that is how the prices go up. So that is a big challenge. If I want the dollar to be able to get my business to run, so if we don't put the structures that will make it easy for us to get the money, we'll go beyond that limit and get the money at all costs.
Well, that's it for the segment. Next here is Baba Tando with Sports News. Now, just before we do sports, let's get the latest on the invasion of black fly in the Napdam district of the Upper East region. I'm joined over the telephone by environmentalist Francis Appiah. Thanks for joining us here, Mr. Appiah.
Yeah, I'm Pastor Yen.
Oh, Pastor Yen, rather. I'm sorry about that. Pastor Yen, tell us, what's the development with the invasion of the black fly in the area?
Yeah, the problem now is the black fly is not a nuisance. We are told by the health authorities that it doesn't carry the sickness that causes river blindness. But now it's biting the farmers, and nobody can concentrate on the farm. So we are afraid if nothing is done to them, it will be difficult to go to the farm and harvest.
But it didn't happen today. What sort of help are you getting for to get rid of the flies?
No, any help we are talking about, we are advising the people to use long sleeves and trousers to wear to protect themselves. Because in this time, I'm telling you, they well help. Uncle, they came and spray, they used water and spray the thing. So the fly have get about this 4 years part that they started coming back again and they are giving it the problem.
Hello, Pastor Yen.
Yeah?
I'm not sure I got the last bit.
I'm saying that it's this last 4 years that the fly has come back again. And it's causing a nuisance. We can't go to farm.
We know it's causing a nuisance. It's causing a nuisance for you as farmers. I'm asking, when it came the last 4 years, how did you deal with it?
No, it was this normal advice that everybody should cover himself. And you see the smoke, the cold smoke to drive the flies away. We can't spray because we don't even have the capacity to spray.
I see. And so what would it take for you to spray these flies?
It is some insects that the World Health have recommended, and they were using helicopters.
And you don't have it?
We don't have the chemical, and we can't even get the helicopter to spray it.
But why won't you just buy it?
Well, I don't know the chemical in any store in Bolga here, but maybe we'll have to still ask whether they can give us that and it may be bought in Accra. I don't know.
Okay. And you are an environmental health officer, aren't you?
Yes.
Are you a farmer yourself?
Yeah, right. I'm a native of farm.
And it came the last 4 years, it came again, and as an environmental health officer, you haven't been able to figure out how you'd help yourself and the people of Napdam.
Yeah, we have talked to many people. The digital sample have done always. We're seeing where we can get help. Where that is, the help is not coming.
You have spoken with the Napdam, those in charge of agric in Napdam. What is it that they have told you as to why they can't get this insecticide to be able to spray the flies and get rid of them?
Yeah, but this fly is a different fly. It's not easy to spray it. But I think what I was told by the uncle people, they have a time you have to spray them, but you kill the larva, the water, so that they can't hatch. And that's the only place they lay their eggs. And that is that needs an expert. Because there's calculation of volume of water and pouring of chemical, and I think that is above my son.
So Pastor Yen,
to do the calculation. Yeah.
What you are telling me is you will just resign to it, allow the insects to bite you, because then again, the agricultural people have told you that if the insects bite you, you won't get any effect from it, like blindness. So you resign to it and let them bite you for as long as they can, so that they go away again.
No. What I'm saying that, you know, now what we are doing at our level now, we say everybody should try and wear long sleeves and trousers to prevent the fly not biting. Because it even gives your body will be eating and there will be sauce. We can't see that because it's not easy. But because, you know, after the rainy season, it will go again. So the fly won't be around. It's always come this season.
We'll leave it here. Thank you very much. Pastor Isaac Yan is an environmental health officer. He's also a farmer in the Napdam district, where there is an invasion of black flies, and very little is being done to save the situation, except to ask the farmers to wear long sleeves. And now we can do some sports with Baba Tando. Don't go away.
Good afternoon, I am Baba Tando. Let's talk sports right here, right now. And Black Stars coach Avram Grant arrived in the country on Sunday night, and he has named his squad for next month's 2017 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Rwanda in Kigali and a friendly match against Congo in Brazzaville. But there will be no room for outfield players in the Ghana Premier League because, according to the agent of Avram Grant, Saif Ruby, they lack the quality to represent the national team.
The quality of the league in Ghana is not at its peak due to a number of reasons, mainly that, you know, even any player that does very well in Ghana, you know, goes to play in second and third division teams around Europe and even in Asia and places like Thailand and Vietnam. And obviously for Avram, these are not the kind of players that he would look to pick for the national team. So the pool of players playing in the Ghanaian league is not the standard and level that it should be. You know, you look at the players that he's called up to the national team recently, and you can't really argue with one player that's been selected that hasn't come and done the job.
And these comments from Saif Ruby, who is the agent of Avram Grant, has drawn the ire of quite a number of people, especially those who do football in Ghana. And former Asante Kotoko coach Isaac Opele Boateng is incensed by these unsavory comments about the Ghana Premier League and has taken a swipe at a Dubai-based agent.
Some of us have regretted being on radio and TV campaigning for Avram Grant that he should be given the job. That's those days that they were applying for the job. He should shut up. We've got quality in the league. Baba Rahman did play for Kumasi Asante Kotoko here in Ghana for, I think, about 2-3 years ago. He's now with Chelsea. So how do you come to tell us we do not have quality in the league? All the players he sees around Europe, the Ghanaian players that he sees, played in the local league before they went out there. Avram Grant, like I said before, is a lazy coach. His agent should shut up. If he keeps supporting Avram, then he should also be known as a lazy man as well, because you cannot support a job that taxpayers' money are fucking about $50,000 a month for the coach, and you come in to tell us that, oh, the coach, we do not have quality players in the local league, and then everything is okay. He selects players abroad. He should shut up. We've got quality in the local league. We've got players in the Ghanaian league. If Avram Grant can come down here and go through the league games, he'll get quality players. I quite remember in 2006, we had about 3 local players playing for the Black Stars at the World Cup. In 2010, we did same, local players. He cannot tell us we do not have quality players. That Avram Grant has been training the local coaches, he's been taking them through courses or whatever, or refreshment or the rest. It's a big lie. Like Christopher Columbus telling us that he discovered the sea route to America. Saif should shut up, he's a liar. Avram has not done anything for any local coach here. He's not been here for more than 2 weeks, and we've got quality players in the Ghanaian league.
Premier League Board Chairman Bobek Yabrapi has also expressed disgust at Saif Ruby's comments.
The agent for our national coach, Avram Grant, is condemning our league and is saying that our league is poor. Is that the reason why Avram Grant is not staying in the country? Unfortunately, being the chairman of the PLB, it's rather unfortunate for me to say that I have not seen the contract of Avram Grant. Otherwise, I would have known probably that he is supposed to stay in the country and watch our league, however poor that it might be. There is a proverb in Ghana which says that it's only a poor teacher, an unproductive teacher, a lazy teacher who goes about complaining about his tools. At a point, when he came in, I don't think our league was different from what it is now. Has he come up with one single idea, advice to the GFA, how we can improve upon our structure, which he now calls poor? I don't think this statement comes from Grant. Neither has he blessed this kind of statement coming from his agent. Otherwise, he should confirm whether he said it. It's rather unfortunate that he doesn't stay in the country to even watch our matches to know whether it's poor or not. How did he come by that statement?
Away from that, former Black Starlets and Satellites goalkeeper Ali Jarrah has denied contemplating suicide. The former Hartlepool goalkeeper's trainer sustained an injury to his limbs while on national duty in 1993 that cut short his football career. Though claiming to have been neglected by all and sundry, the 1991 FIFA Under-17 World Cup winner says there's more to life than committing suicide.
I paid my dues and quota well for the nation. But it's not a new story. Maybe what was added to the message I sent was I wanted to kill myself.
Is that true?
How can I kill myself? I have 350 goalkeepers, which I train for free. I'm helping people. God is using me, helping people. I've been able to secure 7 players to Turkey who are playing in Turkey. So if I kill myself, what am I going to tell the Creator? No. It's good to share your story and talk to viewers, whereby some will learn from it, especially the young players coming. Because today you can be a hero, tomorrow. So I'm really grateful to the Almighty. He takes care of me each and every time.
Right, and despite all of these suicide claims, Ali Jarrah has also he's been giving some amount of money from Black Stars midfielder Emmanuel Ajiman-Bedu. 2,000 Ghana cedis he was given by the player who plays for Udinese in Italy. The money was presented to him in the studios of Asempa FM earlier today. Ending sports for now with me, Babatando.
Well, that's it for the segment. Thank you very much for staying through on the program here on Joy News. My name is Kamini Nyamani Amano. Visit myjoyonline.com for more news. Bye-bye.